Tom Taylor and Iban Coelho put the heroes in the care of Deadpool as they arrive in Europe, racing to stop Apocalypse from ending the world again with the Unmaker. Tom Taylor writes one really exciting penultimate issue here as our heroes move one step closer to their big confrontation with Apocalypse in Europe, battling one of the biggest weapons the villain has in that of the symbiote, and in a very nice change of pace, actually get a victory and no one actually dies. This last part really surprised me, especially coming from Tom Taylor, who usually uses every chance he can get to kill off a fan favorite character, maim them in some way, or do something very terrible with them. So it was really refreshing to have the opposite of that happen and our heroes end up saving Miles Morales. One thing I will say this series really needed to do more of though is, at least in this back half now, is time with the villains. Since while we are aware of what Apocalypse wants to do, I feel we are missing some development on his side of the war, and because of it, he's kind of starting to feel like a bit of a generic big bad villain who just wants to end the world or take it over. Iban Coelho continues their fantastic artwork for the series, giving us some really fun designs for the steampunk post-apocalyptic heroes. I really love the brief symbiote battle between Blade, Wolverine and Honey Badger, since the paneling really sold it as this chaotic, bloody and fast-paced attack, as a symbiote attack would be, and I quite enjoyed the tension it built for the other team members who couldn't see what was going on. Dark Ages issue 5 was an action-packed penultimate issue that changed up the grim apocalypse nature of the book slightly to finally give the heroes a big win as the stage is set for the final battle. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. Dark Ages issue 5 finds the seafaring heroes gather in Portugal to bury Nick Fury, but their mourning is interrupted by Deadpool, who pours on his usual off-brand humour before being told by Honey Badger that Nick Fury is dead. He calms down, knowing that Fury was one of the good ones as he joins the funeral procession. In Paris, Tony Stark tells Apocalypse that he wants to see the size of this problem the villain has, so he can deal with it. The villain agrees to teleport Tony down to it, but before he can, Kilgrave voices his concerns. Apocalypse merely shoots him an icy stare, prompting the Purple Man to agree with him. Apocalypse takes his team down to the Unmaker, warning them not to touch Doctor Strange's corpse since while he is dead, his magical wards are still active. Reed theorizes that the Unmaker's power comes from that of a neutron star within the being and it's giving off an EMP. Tony asks how long Apocalypse needs, so the villain says he studied all aspects of the Unmaker and to take control of it, he'll need at least 1 hour. Tony knows that it's impossible to contain a neutron star for that long, but he loves the challenge. Peter, Luke and Jessica meanwhile scold their children for hiding out on the ship, telling them that they cannot come with them. Deadpool thinks that it would be pretty irresponsible of Peter Parker to leave his child at the refugee camp. Luke asks if Storm can head to Brazil, but Jessica knows she isn't sailing anywhere and Storm is aware that they will need all the advantages against Apocalypse they can get, and if they free Europe, they end the tyrant and the refugee crisis will end as well, so of course she's coming with them all. Nightcrawler and the helicarrier crew want to be there as well, as Peter tells May that he's disappointed in her, but Doom reminds him that if it had not been for her sounding the alarm, the Ghost Raiders would have killed them all. Victor does think that she needs a firmer hand from a stronger Patriarch though, but May did save them. Peter tells him he's not disappointed in her saving them, but refuses to take parental advice from Dr. Doom. Jessica knows that the girls would be better with them as Deadpool takes the lead, knowing that this is going to be a family road trip into the heart of darkness. Wade shows them the Deadmobile as Pepper asks why he's their guide through Europe. Deadpool says that it's because he's been beaten, shot and stabbed in every part of this continent, so he's an expert on all of these places. Boarding the bus, the team are forced to listen to Wade attempt to give them a tour, showing them what he thinks are the remains of a civilization that realized that they couldn't eat monuments when they begun to starve. Soon the team make camp, and as they rest, Gabby hears a noise, finding what she thinks could be 6 beings downwind of them. Wolverine knows that something is hunting them as Blade decides to turn the tables on them. The 3 hunters head into the forest when suddenly Wolverine is stabbed by symbiote's tentacles. Blade attacks but is thrown away as Gabby is the last left standing. Peter remembers how Gabby's nanites would make her not feel pain, but they shut down when the world did, which means she feels everything now. The rest of the team hear Gabby's blood-curdling scream as Dr. Doom powers up, demanding the team stay around the fire. May reassures Danny that it'll be okay since she can't sense anything, but Peter knows the type of danger that can avoid the spider sense, as an amalgamation of venom and and carnage reveals itself to Moon Girl. Devil Dinosaur takes the villain's hit, snapping the symbiote with its powerful jaws and throwing it away. Deadpool and Moon Girl find the injured Gabby, who's glad her important bits are still on the inside. Wade thinks that's a great attitude to have as Spider-Man unleashes his steam-powered webbing, demanding Wade get to blasting. The heroes battle the symbiotes, and luckily they know that they are afraid of fire as Iron Woman unleashes her fiery inferno onto the being, burning the symbiote off of Miles Morales. Storm calls for Sue to shield everyone as Storm unleashes a huge thunderbolt onto the symbiotes, killing them both. In the aftermath, Peter knows that with a night that could have gone badly for them, they didn't lose anyone, but gained a friend as he races to help the older Miles, telling him that it's going to be okay. Miles knows it's not, having heard it all, knowing how Apocalypse intends on ending the world.